The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell with Bill Moyers was written in 1987. Always do what you love and appreciate your life as a wonderful journey. Moyers asked, do you ever have the sense when you are following your bliss, as I have moments of being held by hidden hands? Joseph Campbell, all the time. It is miraculous. I even have superstition that have grown on me as the result of invisible hand coming all the time, namely that if you do follow your bliss, your happiness, you put yourself on a kind of track that has been there all the while waiting for you, and the life that you ought to be living is the one you are living. When you can see that, you are begin to meet people who are in the field of your bliss and they open the doors to you. I say, follow your bliss and don't be afraid, and doors will be open where you did not know they were going to be. This is the book from a man who lived a very full life. Joseph Campbell was essentially a storyteller, spending his days uncovering and telling old stories and myths that he felt had the power to soak up the alienation of modern life. The stories and imaginary that we have in our heads are only in tiny fraction of what is available to us, and in increasing of our knowledge of past culture and art, life is enriched immeasurably. We hang on sometimes for dear life in this relentless cycle of pleasure and pain. The Wheel of Fortune idea nevertheless contains its own solution, the possibility of learning to live at the hub, centered, focus on what Campbell's called one's bliss. In another book, The Way of Myth, Campbell talked about the people he had seen who had spent their lives climbing the ladder of success only to find that it was put up against the wrong wall. Kevin Spacey's character in the movie American Beauty is a portrayal of man whose whole life has been dictated by other people's expectations, who then decided to do what he wants. He had enough of Rim's life. The message of this film and the sum of Campbell's writing is that the banality of your current life is always waiting to yield to a greater story. Campbell's reading was legendary. He came back from Europe to the United States just a few weeks before the Wall Street crash and did not have a job for 5 years. Nevertheless, it was a rich time. I did not feel poor. I just felt that I did not have any money. His bliss was basically reading every single day. What began a simple thirst for knowledge became a quest to find the key to all mythologies. The more he read of the world stories, the clearer it became that there was an underlying template, the most followed, the hero journey, a sequence of experiences that both test and proves the person come hero. Myth typically begin with the protagonist on home turf living a quiet but unfulfilled life. Then something happened and he or she gets the call to leave on an adventure with some specific goal or quest. In Arthur legend, Arthur began a search for the Grail. In the Odyssey simply tries to return home, and in Star Wars, Luke Skywalker must rescue Princess Leia. What is the relevance of the hero's journey to our age? Or as Moyer puts it to the Campbell, how is the hero different to the leader? The leader, Campbell said, is one who sees what can be done and accomplishes it, who is good at organizing a company or a country. A hero actually creates something new. With today's business focus on innovation, personal journey clearly become important. Myths reveal to us the incredible potential for more life in whatever form it comes. I always feel uncomfortable when people speak about ordinary mortals because I have never met an ordinary man, woman, or child, Campbell stated, yet he acknowledged that too much accept the sadness and desperation of inauthentic lives living without their bliss or not even knowing that it exists. Joseph Campbell was a polymath fascinated by everything. He noticed that the trend of Western civilization was toward specialization, yet was proud of being a generalist, able to see the commonality of all human stories and life experience.